I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with the 2 new quads that Charlotte Tilbury came out with. I purchased these off of the Charlotte Tilbury website along with the Pillow Talk palette, her new 12 pan that came out. These are a new formula for her quads. I feel like the Pillow Talk 12 pan was also a newer formula. Really, really nice formulation. I like both of these quads quite a bit. In terms of the colors that you're getting, they're not super revolutionary, but the formulation of these is very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Queen of Glow Luxury Palette. There's a total of 5 grams or 0.17 ounces of product in here. And this is the warmer toned one. There is 1 matte eyeshadow in here, and then 2, I would call them metallics, and then 1 that has some very fine micro glitters in it. So this one is the matte, and this one has got the super fine micro glitters in it. But these are just a very different formula to her past quads, and it's nice. It's very nice. Like, this matte just is so silky smooth, which I felt like the mattes in the new 12 pan Pillow Talk palette was, those are just buttery smooth as well. But I'm liking, let's blend this one out a little bit more. I picked up quite a bit of product here. I'm liking where her new formulas are going, that is for sure. Very pretty shades. So that one right there is called the Queen of Glow, and it's got her same style of packaging on there. And the other quad is called the Rebel, which is actually a revamped version of her older palette, which also had the same name, the Rebel. So this one replaced her older one, which was brighter and had more. I'll compare the two next to each other so you guys can see the difference. But again, the formulation of these are super nice. All of these shades have got shimmer in them, but this is one of those shades that's a matte base with shimmer, but there's a lot of shimmers in it, so it's actually one that's going to show up when I use it instead of just like fluffing away. And then this shade down here also has some micro glitters in it, but these two are kind of really shiny metallic shimmer shades. But again, the formulation of this is super pretty. It's quite a bit different than the other Rebel quad. But look at that matte shade. Can you see how many like sparkles are in it? And I was most excited about this one because I love kind of foresty or earthy greens on my eyes. Very pretty. And then here it is next to the old Rebel, which you can see has much more kind of tealy, brighter greens in it. So quite a bit of a difference, I feel. So again, there is the Queen of Glow from Charlotte Tilbury, and there's the new Rebel quad right there. Next up, I purchased the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. This originally came out in a face palette, which I really enjoyed the face palette as a whole, but I really liked this highlighter, so I wanted to get it in the single form because it's now available in a single. So there's 0.28 ounces of product in here, and this is just a really shiny, very metallic highlighter. It's very pretty. I like to wear it more so in the summertime because when it's not in the light, it does show a little bit more darkness on the top of my cheekbones that I like, but in the summertime, it's perfect. It's super glowy. It looks great with like a bronzed up skin. It's got like a peachy champagne kind of undertone to it. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It does come with one of these little brushes as well, which I never end up using, but this is just a really high shine metallic highlighter. And I thought I would like to have it in the single so you can see just how shiny that is. It is very pretty. So I'm happy to have that. I think that I will use it more now that I have it in like a single form as opposed to the palette. So you can kind of see, like, if it's not in the light right there, you can see it's a little bit deeper on my fair skin tone, for especially for the winter time. But in the light, it's pretty wow factor. I purchased the highlighter at Ulta, and I also saw this Sugar Rush, which is kind of a sister kind of brand. It's made by Tarte, BU eyeshadow palette. And I kept looking at this online, and then I was able to see it in the store, and I thought I needed to have it. It's very cute, but the quality of the shadows is also really nice. So this is the outside box packaging right here. And then here is the actual packaging. It's a little bit lighter weight, cheaper type of a plastic, but it's also not super expensive for the 20 eyeshadows that you're getting. However, each shade is only 0.0141 ounce, which is pretty small in terms of the amount of product that you're getting. However, the shades are very pretty, and you are getting 20 of them. So look at how cute this palette is. It's got bee and honeycomb embossing in it, and these metallic shades are super, super pretty. And it has a nice range of depth both in the metallic shades and the matte shades. So I was super happy that I picked this up, and it's just a really cute palette as well with nice quality. I feel like I don't want to swatch away those cute little bees, but I gotta do it for the swatches. So there are the first 4. Those first 3 are pretty light. I do feel like they go on the eyes much better than they look like they're swatching right there, which is not that great, but there's the top 5 right there. And then this next row, oh, I'm just ruining the honeycombs. Wait till you see how pretty some of these metallic shades are. And they're just very creamy too. Look how pretty those are. And this shade, where are we at? Right here. Bye bye, little bee. And then this next row is also all matte eyeshadows right here. Little bee. Yeah, I hadn't swatched any of these on my arms. I had just gone in with them and started using them on the eyes, and I do feel like those mattes go on better and blend better and look better on the eyes than they're kind of looking in the swatches, but that's still pretty nice there. And then this one right here. And then this last row is all metallic shades. I really love those metallics, man. They're really pretty. Oh, moving right down to the elbow. Ooh. And then this last shade right here. They almost feel kind of like they're potted shadows. Like the texture is like that creamy. But, oh, I don't know if I'm going to fit them all in there. There we go. Kind of, right? Okay. So there are all the swatches right there. And I think this was in the 20 some dollar range. So it wasn't too badly priced for that many shades. So that is the BU eyeshadow palette from the Sugar Rush by Tarte collection, and I got this again at Ulta. It's really cute to look at too. And then I went to Walmart to pick up some more of the L'Oreal Pro Last eyeliners, which I'll swatch for you in a minute. And I was just looking, browsing and stuff, and I saw the Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless foundation. It's got titanium dioxide, sunscreen, hyaluronic complex, and vitamin C broad spectrum SPF 28. And years ago, Covergirl used to make a potted concealer. It was in a pot with a twist off with this same type of swirl in it, and there was a corrector and then a concealer shade, and I had used that and gone through so many pots of that. It was my favorite concealer for underneath the eyes, and so they discontinued it, sadly. I just really miss it. And so I thought that I would give this foundation a try and use it kind of like I used the concealers and just kind of see where it went, because I like the fact that it's got the sunscreen in it and then also the hyaluronic and vitamin C, which is good, kind of nourishing for underneath the eyes. And I love this. I love this for a concealer. I got the shade 205 Ivory. I think the next time I'm in town, I'm going to get the lightest shade as well. It has a little bit more of a pink undertone. This one's kind of a little more neutral. But I have this underneath my eyes today, and I set it with the Ilia powder. Today I thought, I don't know why, I thought I would use a little bit of the Becca under eye corrector underneath my eyes, and I kind of wish I hadn't. But this looks better underneath the eyes by itself, in my opinion. Just used by itself, set with the Ilia powder. It's a light, buildable type of a coverage, but it feels just super nice underneath the eyes. It blends out nice. It's very thin, and like when I use just this and the Ilia, you can't even detect product underneath my eyes, and they don't creep up into my little eye rolls or anything like that. So I really love this. I used to use that concealer as an eyeshadow primer as well, so I tried this as an eyeshadow primer, and it works well for that, but it doesn't hold on to like micro glitters or super sparkly shadows as well. So I got a little bit of fallout with this guy. So I've been using my Bare Minerals stick foundation instead, because that doesn't do that for that. But for underneath the eyes, I've been loving this. And I'm really tempted to get another deeper shade and try it for my whole face too, because it's really pretty. So anyway, let me just swatch the shade that I got here, which is the 205 Ivory. I'm so glad that I picked this up. And I miss that potted concealer they used to do like this so much. But that's the shade that I got. And I am gonna go ahead and pick up the lighter one as well. I think there was only one lighter one than this one, and it had like a more pinky undertone, it looked like. So I really like this. Again, it's the Covergirl in Olay Simply Ageless right here. And I think it was $12, a massive amount of product as a concealer. This is gonna last me forever. But I just think even today, even though I used a little bit of that Becca, I just put it right there. I just think my under eyes look super, super nice, like, and paired together with that Ilia powder, oh, so nice. So I got 3 more of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Last eyeliners. Again, they're in this packaging right here. They last super, super well on the waterline. They have a little bit of irritation for me when I wear them, probably like 12 hours or something like that, but they do a really good job. And the irritation isn't so much so that I don't feel like using them anymore. I'm going to swatch the one that I hauled last week next to this one so you can kind of see the color differences, which is True Teal. So here's True Teal, which is the first one that I purchased. I love this guy on the waterline. It's super pretty. And then the other shades that I got are Ivy, which is a forest green shade. I wore this guy yesterday. And then I got Forest Green, which is kind of a tealy forest green. And then the Ivy is more of a forest green. But this one is forest green right here. And then the last one that I got is in the shade Cobalt Blue, which is a vibrant blue color. It was so funny because when I was wearing one of these yesterday, I was swatching them on my finger just to see what color I wanted to put on. And they lasted on my finger all day long. And I don't know how many times I washed my hands because there's like a bunch of sickness going on and stuff like that. So I was really diligently washing my hands throughout the day. And these were still left over on my finger. I'm excited because I got a little bit deeper shades than I usually wear on the waterline, and a lot of the times I don't go for deeper shades because I have to worry about them smudging or getting into my inner corner, which drives me kind of crazy. These ones, they wore out, you know, they wore out a little bit after 10 hours, but they're still there, and I don't have a bunch of stuff in my inner corners, so I really like that. And then I also got 2 of the Fenty Beauty Fly Pencils, the long wear pencil eyeliners. And I was looking at these online, and my boyfriend was headed to town, and I asked if he could pick me up these 2 shades, so I haven't been able to see like the full display yet. But I got Lady Lagoon and Bank Tank. Ooh, these are the box packaging for them. I love the actual packaging of these. They've got the color on the end so you can see what's inside, and then there's like it's like a lilac metallic packaging that's triangular. It's really nice. The only thing that they don't do is roll down, which you have to be careful putting the cap back on not to nick it, because you can't take the product and twist it back down into the tube. But I've got a mixture of both of these on my waterline today, and they go on opaque in one swipe on the waterline, which is super impressive. They also wear really well, and I don't have any irritation from these guys. I get a little bit of wear on the outer corner after, you know, a good 6-7 hours, but I'm very impressed with these so far, so I'm excited to go into the store and see the full display of what other kind of colors they have. These are both matte shades, and they set kind of so fast that when I tried to layer to mix them into more of a kind of a green that matched my eyeshadow, they just kind of went over solid over each other instead of like mixing on the waterline, because they kind of just set like and stayed so fast, which I'm just really impressed with these so far. So let me swatch them for you. This first one is the green one that I got, and it's called Bank Tank. And it is, again, kind of a foresty green, but I want to see want you to see how, look at how nice those glide on and how opaque in one swipe they are. Let me just go like this then so you can see the full color. So that's Bank Tank, which is kind of close to the Ivy without the shimmer. Again, these are both matte shades. And then the other one, this is going to be such a fun one to wear in the summertime. I originally put this one on and I just kind of thought it clashed a little bit too much with the green eyeshadow. But this is very vibrant and pretty. This one is called, what did I say? Lady Lagoon right here. And they're just very creamy for how well they last on the waterline. I'm just very impressed. They go on the waterline too, super opaque. So there's Lady Lagoon, and there is, what I say that one was, Bank Tank right there is the green one. I just spent like 5 minutes trying to get those swatches off my hand. Another thing that I found when I was at Walmart is the e.l.f. Wow Brow, and I got the shade Neutral Brown. It's called a Volumizing Fiber Gel. This is the packaging right here, and I want to say this was only $4, and this is what I have through my brows today, and I quite like the shade of it, and I also like the formulation. It's got a decent hold to it, but this has also got little fibers in it, like you can see them. And a nice little wand, and it's pretty inexpensive for, I feel like, how nice it is. I wonder if you guys can see the little fibers that are on there. My mom picked this up as well. So that is the Neutral Brown shade right there. I will say I did do 2 coats. I did one, kind of fluffed them out, let it dry, and then I went over it again and it kind of picked up more color. And I think that the tone looks really nice with my skin tone and my hair color. But it's a nice brow gel for only $4 from the Walmart. And that again is Neutral Brown from e.l.f. And then I also placed an order on the Colourpop website because I just cannot stop. I can't stop buying their eyeshadow palettes. I love their eyeshadows. I love their whole collections that they come out with the different themes and stuff like that. So I placed an order and got 3 of their new eyeshadow palettes that they came out with. The first one is the Mint to Be Pressed Powder Palette. And that is what I have on my eyes today. I do have Wet n Wild's Brulee underneath the brow just to kind of take it down so it's not like so much mint green, even though there's still a whole lot of mint green going on. But this is a really nice palette, I feel like, going into the springtime or like St. Patty's Day, you know? It's just an all over mint eyeshadow palette. There are 4 really shimmery shades, which are these 2 on top and then these 2 in the middle. And then these ones over here are matte and these ones over here are matte. The Seltzer has got a little bit of sparkles in it, but it's basically a matte shade because there's so few of them. And again, I get along with Colourpop shadows really well. These were no different, especially like these greens that are that pastel. They're not the easiest to do, but they go on very pigmented, like very nice. I'm quite impressed with it as per usual with the Colourpop. I love them. I really love them. See, that's pretty nice for a pastel green, you know? So there are the first 4. And then these next ones. So pretty. It's such like it gives me just such spring vibes, which like hurry on up spring. And then this is the darkest one in the palette, and that's what I have through my crease. And I do feel like it looks deeper in the pan than kind of how it goes on. So I do wish there was one more deeper green matte shade in here, but it still turns out very, very pretty, you know, for mint eyeshadows. So that's the Colourpop Mint to Be Pressed Powder Palette. Each shade is 0.04 ounces. There's 8 shades that are 0.04, which is interesting. It says there's 1 pressed glitter in here that's 0.03 ounces. And I don't know what shade is the pressed glitter because none of these are like their other pressed glitters. So that's interesting. These all right here, all of those feel like, you know, traditional metallic shimmer shades from Colourpop, so I'm not sure what shade they're referring to for pressed glitter. Interesting. I also purchased both of their new nude palettes. They came out with one called Nude Mood and one called Blush Crush. And none of the shades in here are any like shades that we haven't seen before, but the packaging is really pretty and I'm just obsessed. So well, here we are. This is what the packaging looks like. Just very pretty type of packaging. So we'll start off with the Nude Mood one, which is much more warm. Each one of these palettes has one Super Shock shade. So this one has the Wink Wink shade right there, which is the Super Shock. I still wish that it would have been just a regular eyeshadow, because I feel like the Super Shock shadows in these palettes have more emollients in them, probably because of the palette style. They don't have a cap to keep them emollient longer, so I get creasing with them when I use them. But you've got two shades right here, which are the matte with the sparkles, and then you've got a really metallic one right here, and then a slightly less metallic kind of shimmer right there, but still metallic. I don't know if that makes sense. And then the rest of them are matte, but again, a really nice correlation of colors in here. And again, I love Colourpop, and they're so affordable. So there are the first four. And then these next guys. Right there. And then the very last one, which is a matte brown, right there. So those are the swatches for the Nude Mood Pressed Powder Palette. And this one is got 8 shadows that are 0.04, and then the Super Shock shadow is 0.05 ounces. And then the next one is the Blush Crush Palette. This is with the packaging. Neither one of these have a mirror, and this is a cardboard packaging. This one has also got 8 shadows that are 0.04, and then the one Super Shock shade, which is in the same spot as the other one. This one right here is 0.05 ounces. You've got 2 shimmer shades, shimmer metallic shades right here, and then you have got 3 of the matte with sparkles, which are this guy, and this guy. And then for mattes, you've got these 2 and this one down here. But these ones are going to come off kind of like mattes anyway as well. And Colourpop's shadows are also magnetized in the palette. So you can remove any of these and put them into a magnetic palette to kind of create your own and whatnot. So there are the first 3, and then these next guys. And then the last ones. Right there. So that one is the Colourpop Blush Crush palette right there. Also from Colourpop, I went ahead and purchased one of the Just a Tint lip crayons because I just wanted to see what they were all about. So I got the shade Chubby Bunny. And these are just kind of a chubby stick that it's really easy to wear, easy application, throw it on type of product that has just a hint of color. So this is the one that I got. Again, it's called Chubby Bunny. It's got the name right there. And it's just a lightly tinted, I would almost call it like a lip balm, to be honest, because it feels like a lip balm on, but just a really easy product to throw on. They have a slight like grapefruit type scent to it, but when I wear this, I don't feel like it tastes in the mouth, so that's good. But it does have that slight, yeah, it's a grapefruit or like a citrus type of smell to it. It smells like grapefruit, I think, but that's Chubby Bunny, and those are the Colourpop Just a Tint. I would call them, do they call them officially lip balms? Lip crayons. Right there. And then lastly here, I got a couple PR items that were sent to me. And Viseart has branched out into some lip products. You guys know that I'm head over heels for the eyeshadow formula since the dawn of time. But I really love their eyeshadow formula. So now they've come out with these Moisture Boost Oil Lip Shines. And these got some really hydrating, nice ingredients in them. It says on here, discover a lineup of oil glosses infused with the nourishing benefits of resveratrol, which is a really good ingredient, grapeseed, jojoba, and sunflower seed oil. And I've been toying around with these for the past couple days. They're a product that I would just like to throw on to make my lips feel good. But they don't feel like a a slicky oil. Like the YSL lip and tint oils come to mind that were really kind of slick feeling on the lips and a thinner texture. These have got more kind of substance to them, but they're not sticky like a lip gloss, if that makes sense. So the way that I'm going to kind of use these, I'm going to definitely throw one in my pocket and kind of use it almost like a throw on lip balm for dry lips. And then I also use a lip oil every morning when I'm getting ready. So I'm going to definitely be toying around with these guys, but the times that I've put these on, they just really make your lips feel nice, and they have some great ingredients. If you're familiar with prickly pear, that's what these smell like, because it does have prickly pear fragrance in it. So this first one is the shade VLS02 in Fleur, which looks like a mauve. These got, for like a lip oil too, they've got a pretty decent amount of pigmentation as well. So this one here is Fleur. That's quite a bit of pigmentation, and then look at the glossy shine that you get. So they feel like an oil, they look like a gloss. They're not like goopy like a gloss, but they're not as slick as an oil. It's definitely a hybrid, and they're not sticky either. So that is the shade Fleur right there. And then next up we got the shade Cerise, which is C-E-R-I-S-E right here. So you guys the doe foot too. Again, with the pigmentation. It's a deep berry shade. And then we've got a nude called Beignette, B-E-I-G-N-E-T, which is a pretty nude color. I kind of want to, I've got a matte lip product on my lips right now, and I want to put this on, so I'm gonna, then you guys can kind of see it on too. These feel so nice. They feel so nice. And they smell nice. I really like the smell of that prickly pear. But this shade is Beignette. Gosh, they feel nice. So that is Beignette right there. The nude and then this guy right here called Petale, P-E-T-A-L-E, are my favorites. This one is a baby pink right here. And I'm guessing that this one is going to be my most worn. But I also like this beige. I don't typically wear super dark ones that often. But because I think with a lip liner, I can sheer those out to be a really nice kind of berry tone. So that is Petale right there. And again, I just put that one over a matte lip, and they feel so nice. They're so not sticky, but not runny like an oil. Again, it's a definite like perfect hybrid between the two, I feel like. So those are the new Viseart Moisture Boost Lip Shines with resveratrol. Total of 0.19 fluid ounces in each one. And then here's the box packaging. A huge thank you to Viseart for sending these over. I started seeing, again, the like teaser pictures on Instagram. Usually it's from Trend Mood, and then I get all excited about it. So anyway, there's the Just a Tint from Colourpop, and then there are those, the Viseart lip shines. And they are shiny. There are no visible particles of sparkle in any of them. It's just pure shine. There's no glitter, no micro glitters, no shimmers at all in these. And that is everything for my haul today. I have got quite a few things coming in the post that have just not arrived. I blame the fact that they closed down the interstate again because of a blizzard. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.